have you heard of the golden rule? Those with the gold or those with the cash is the one
goal, right?
are the one that actually controls
Yes.
controls everything, right?
Yes.
And so it's important that the client themselves have control over the money.
Hi guys, welcome to another video, and in this video we will share with you the 7 principles of prosperity. And I think it's a great topic. Is a really topic that if we help our clients or our family understand these 7 principles, I think it will make a huge impact into their thinking and how to improve their financial situation. So we have our one of our prosperity architect, Cam, with us, and
Yes.
so we love to have Cam discussing about those 7 principles with you guys tonight.
Yes, I'm excited to just share with you my thoughts.
Awesome. So let's jump right into let's start with number 1.
Yeah. Well, number 1 is think. And we want to think in a prosperity mindset, which is more of an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset. And I am guilty of that sometimes. When I think in a scarcity mindset, a good example would be when I'm trying to buy something or think of something that I want to own or have. I tend to think if I cannot afford that, then okay, I can't afford that, I move on. But here, with an abundance mindset, I think of it differently. I would think of, okay, how can I afford that? And so that opens just many doors to a different type of thinking, more creative, more prosperous, and just more positive. And from there, I can just find different ways to be able to attain that I want.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And also I would say is guys, is help you see that, hey, there's enough for everybody. There's a lot of opportunities out there, and it give you the confidence to make financial decision, right? Because you are not scared, right? You have that abundance mentality. So very, very important principle. That's why it's principle number 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2 is CSEE. And it just give we want our client or ourselves to see things with a bigger picture in mind, right? So let's say if we plan for retirement or things like that, then rather than just see like, okay, what account in front of us, right? We would actually open up the perspective so that people can see different strategies, different products, different way to actually achieve a goal, right? And to sum up, maybe we basically want people to have a macro economic view rather than just a micro economic view. And so that's when we share about the principle C. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with that, you're trying to avoid the tunnel vision when you're looking at finances. You want to see the whole picture. Well, the third pillar is measure. And when we speak about measuring, we're measuring with opportunity cost. So, like, for example, you can spend $1, but when you spend $1, you also lose that opportunity of what that dollar can do for you in the future, right? And that's how we measure opportunity cost. Another way to think of it is, you have another example?
Yeah, so like I would say is one famous saying of Nelson Nash, the late Nelson Nash. He said, "We finance everything that we purchase. We either pay up interest or we give up interest by paying cash." Right? And so that's something that I think is very good for us to understand, because is will actually help us make the right financial decision. Because every decision have that opportunity cost associated with that. So that is measure, right? So when it's a measure is how we measure that opportunity cost.
Yep. Next is flow.
The flow. Okay, so flow is very simple. It's all about cash flow, right? And so a lot of us have thought about, hey, how to accumulate, how to get the big nest egg, focus on your net worth. But we believe cash flow is much more important. And also having cash flow early in your career, in your lives, in your financial life is also very important, because guess what? You basically, your income capacity, producing capacity is higher when you are 30 or 40s, right? Rather than 50s, 60s. So cash flow is very important, and early cash flow is very, very, very good.
Yeah. And we kind of want to focus on, the future is really important, but at the same time, what do we need today, right? We need cash, we need capital to fund what we need to fund at today and for the future.
Yep.
Next pillar talks about control. And have you heard of the golden rule? Those with the gold or those with the cash is the one,
gold, right?
are the one that actually controls everything, right?
Yes.
And so it's important that the client themselves have control over the money. Yep. So when I put my money into my 401k or my 529 account, it gets put into an account, and there's not a lot of control or liquidity in regards to me being able to pull that money for any hardships or for any opportunities that I come across. And so one of the pillars is really important, is that the client has control over the money.
Yep, that's wonderful. So control, and then next would be move, right? And it's kind of like go with control, because when you have that access to capital and you have that control, now you can actually make your money move, right? And so we would want our money to move through assets that we have, rather than just toward a specific asset. And the movement of money in itself is very healthy. And then I was always thinking about, like, blood in my body, right? Hey, if my blood doesn't flow, then what happens? So blood or water, right? If water don't move, if water is stuck in one place, well, it become flood, right? And so this is easy, simple for me. So if we teach our client how to move, have the money move to assets rather than toward a certain one, then is going to be a very healthy way to build your wealth. So
yeah, and having money move, you're able to having money move through a lot of your assets. You can it's a way to kind of have a hedge against inflation, right? If your money just sits there and becomes dead, inflation can just eat away at your money, right? And so that's just one way of thinking about how important it is to have your money flow. The last pillar talks about multiplying your money. So having your money be able to do multiple jobs. We tend to think, okay, well, we're either saving, we're either spending, we're either putting it into a account
that can grow,
or invest. But we don't think of it in terms, hey, what if I can do it all at one time?
Yeah.
And that's possible. We just don't think that way, or we haven't thought of it that way yet. But we're here to show you guys that it is possible, and there are ways to do that, to have your money be multiplied by doing many jobs at one time.
Yep, that's something that I'm excited about, because when we found out about that, how to multiply our money, how to help our money do the multiple jobs, there's a lot of possibility, So yeah, thank you for sharing that. I love that. We're gonna actually talk about those principles, right, as we share with you guys more content. But I thought this video, it just gives you an overview of when we think about financial planning, those are the principles that we have in mind to help a client. So thank you, Camp, for sharing that with me, and we look forward to our next video. Now, of course, if you have any question or comments regarding a certain principle based on what we share with you, feel free to reach out to us, commenting. We have our website available. We also have our calendar available as well. So just make an appointment with us. We can actually grab a virtual coffee together and then talk more about that. So with that being said, thank you so much for your time. Go out there and live fully and joyfully every single moment. And remember, be bold, be prosperous.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.